Here we go. Hey everybody, it's Tom here with T.G.G Gaming, and we are with
Adam Albanito.
And what'd you do today?
I got 25th place at the Bloomington Regionals with Crusadia Guard Dragon.
Nice, nice. All right, let's hop into this here deck profile of yours.
Okay, well, unfortunately there's not a whole lot of variance with the deck on this part. We're playing 3 of all 5 of the Crusadias. Any two Crusadias is full combo. Doesn't matter what you draw, even if it's 2 of the same one. Any Crusadia plus a special summon is also combo. So that's pretty standard in the Crusadia Guard Dragon decks. Searching Arborea when you draw a Draco is really fun because then you get an extra tuner for some spicy stuff in the extra deck. Again, nothing crazy here. We're playing 3 black, 1 white. You can draw either one of them in your opening hand as your extra special summon, and it won't matter as long as you open the appropriate Crusadia to counter with them. Otherwise, they're mostly your Dragon Extenders to go into Saryuya's, extra Saryuya's for 4 and Heretic Seals. So we'll get to that later. I main decked 2 Destrudo. They performed very well. There's a version of the combo that you can do where you put an extra Crusadia on the board instead of the extra Dragon Extender if you have Destrudo in hand. And then I used Destrudo to make some spicy level 7 tech in the extra. One of the very different things I played today that I didn't see but was glad I had was I played 2 Saravis.
That's an interesting card.
Huh?
It's an interesting card.
This is mostly to stop Imperms and Veilers. Or anything that my opponent decides to target me with. You know, Unicorn, Cerberus, just anything that targets, especially if I draw this. This is one of those cards where if you use it, get it on your last Saryuya, you'll keep it. Because if they make any nightmares or they try to target you with anything, especially Striker. I didn't really see Striker today, but this is also against them. You just drop Saravis and just negate. Actually, I got this idea from, I was watching it on an old YCS, and Thomas Rose was playing it, so I got the idea from him. So that's pretty cool. And then my 3 other one-ups in the main deck were just Goliath, Red Med, Gamma Seal. Again, pretty basic for Crusadia Guard Dragon. I saw all 3 of these guys in my hand way too much today. And by way too much, I mean every other duel. However, since we play so many combo cards, it doesn't matter if they're in your hand, as long as you have your combo. And it's really fun against a Salad player to just be like, oh, you want to hand trap me? Drop Goliath with LP and pass. And they basically cry, unless they have even semi-decent out. That's it for the monsters, 36. It's not super special, except maybe for the Saravises. 26 monsters. Deck's 42 total, so we got 16 spells. For one-ofs, we played 3 pretty basic one-ofs. Rhodas for the Arborea for the combo, Monster Reborn just as an extender, because he's the best extender, and Foolish for Destrudo, and it came up once today where I had Foolish and only 1 Crusadia in my hand. So if you have the Black Dragon, which I did, you can Foolish your Maximus to summon your Black Dragon to keep comboing. So that's pretty cool. We played 2 Terraforming because we need to find our field spell. We played 2 World Legacy Secession because we love extenders in this deck. 3 Call by the Grave, absolutely 100% necessary. It's out in a lot of duels. Sometimes you won't use it. I didn't see a lot of hand traps today, but if you don't have this and you get hand trapped, your turn ends. So this is very necessary. And the whole idea behind playing 3 Called by 2 Saravis was to always see at least one or the other in my hand. So that worked out really well. 3 Waterfront along with the 2 Terraforming. Since this version of the deck is set up to run on 2 Saravis, or 2 Saryuya, you need to run 3-2 for the field spells, because if you see this plus 2 Crusadias in your first hand, that is full combo plus Gamma Seal. So, and that's Gamma Seal with 2 negates on top. And then another MVP of the deck is World Legacy Guard Dragon, which is just a level 4 Dragon Monster Reborn, which your only main deck target would be the Draco. But Draco plus World Legacy Guard Dragon is still a full combo, because you can normal the Draco, link it, Guard Dragon, Draco back, search another Draco, link the Draco, and then special summon another Draco. So on top of doing all those extra plays, you can summon, I think my record is like 8 or 9 Dracos in one turn, just because it's a level 4. That's it for the main. Just
any changes you'd make for it?
This deck is really hard for the main because it's so specific that you just really need your stuff. You could maybe take out the 2 Saravis for 2 of the Crown, the World Legacy Crown. But I would have rather bricked on something that protected my only 2 cards than a card that I can't normal summon. And then maybe Foolish Burial, but having the safety of having Foolish along with, like, if you open white and you drop Foolish, you can drop a black, something like that. So the main deck, as scary as the main deck sounds, it performed really well. Extra deck, we did so much work on this extra deck. It was painful. My friend who also topped, his name is Justin, he's sitting right next to me here. He helped me just get this really specific and really well. So you play 2 of your starter card, 2 of your Magus, and you play 2 Spatha. You can side the Regulux OTK, but it's better to just go into Guard Dragon stuff. So being able to go into Magus and then get stopped and then go into Magus again is great. And there's a lot of times today where I would go into Spatha and then they'll stop me. And then you just set something up below Spatha, and then on your next turn you go back into another Magus. So you can't really change this. This is the minimum you can run and still be safe and play. So that's what we did. Worked out really well. Obviously, your main turbo card, 2-star Yuyas. I'll be sad when it gets hit because this deck will be really hurt because of it, because in a local setting, I've only ever really needed to resolve 1. At regionals here, it became insanely more important to resolve 2. You can get away with not resolving the second one for the draw, but you need the second one for the summon, which is just as important. When this gets hit to 1, because it will be, you can replace one of these with the Red Eyes Link when we get it, and the Red Eyes Link will do the same thing in summon, so that's not too bad. Obviously, my main boys, my Guard Dragons, these guys overperformed as they always do in every top deck profile. I can't tell you how many times today I did Pisty Argapane into a sword game 2 for game. There was actually a combo I figured out at event today where if you do the full normal play but you're going second, instead of making the 2-star Yuya, you make sword reload dragon, and then you can reload dragon anything they have, and then you just swing with double sword. That actually came up once where I also opened a Kaiju and then one of my synchro monsters, so I had 6+ attacks with a bounce, and that was just really insane. You play the 1 of the new seal to summon the Goliath on your opponent's turn and to bounce their card. This card is great against salads and just great in general. He was. Hold on. Okay.
We're getting interrupted.
We are getting interrupted. That's okay. It was funny. He was actually better today at baiting out Phantasmes. I got Phantasmade 3.
Everyone for their patience with the microphone today. Oh, sorry, you're doing a deck deck.
It's all good. It's all good. You're trolling. That's acceptable. So he was very good at baiting out. So when I put him plus Gamma Seal out, it was very easy to bait their Phantasmes, and he was just perfect Phantasme bait. Then once they lost their Phantasme to getting banished, and Goliath came out on board, the 2 salads I did that to instantly lost. So the main brothers today that just wrecked complete face. Boral Sword and Boral Load. It was very fun to make sword and then reload, just like that. And then actually, just to go into another card, I put Cybers here. So that was my board to OTK someone, and then I had a Kaiju as well. If you survive getting attacked by these guys, that's pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, I would say so.
Reload Dragon came up in the final battle I was against in my final duel, game 2, after I had opened well and he hand trapped me once. He had a sword, and then he tried to use sword to get out of Reload Dragon, but you can't do that. So Reload Dragon stole his sword, and then I won with his sword, but these guys, you gotta play these. These are no flex spots, these need to be in your deck. And then Cybers is just very good. He's played in conjunction with, this is Justin over here, my friend who's also topped. We thought of this last night, last minute, and if you do the Heretic Seal play, you do not have a link monster for Quantum Dragon. So if you put Zeta on board instead of this, which does nothing now, this is just another negate mounts. It's really fun to drop Zeta on Salads because they summon the Balinks. You activate Zeta, they can't protect it, even if they've already reincarnated, and their turn ends. So that's cool. And then the last extra deck slot was Hot Red for the Guard Dragons.
Sure. All right. Cool.
15 card extra, obviously. You can, the only real float spots would be the Zeta, which you could play Dragster, but I'm going to tell you right now, Zeta is way better. Then, realistically, if you want to, you can edit around your Magus and your Spatha engine, but after testing it for months, I would not do it. But yeah, extra deck performed really well. Side deck, another thing that was really nice today. This is pretty quick side deck. Because I'm playing Crusadias, you side all the kaijus you have room for. I had room for 5 today. They came up a lot. Siding more than 5 would just be too much. And since Slumber is not great this format, you just don't need it. No, nothing really special about kaijus. Kaijus wreck.
Kaijus do what kaijus do.
Oh yeah, if you have extra spots in your extra deck and you don't need Prankratops, play kaijus, people. They just win you games. Droll, sided it in 3 or 4 times, saw it once, and it was a brick, and it was one of my 2 losses. But especially with the new Endymions coming out, which I played 2 of today. I played 2 Endymions and 1 Pen Magician. With the Resurgence, if you droll them, they basically end their turn. And since I'm a very OTK heavy deck, playing it was important. But I didn't see it so well. Another last minute tech we decided on was 3 Mind Control. That definitely came up today against Draco, along with Red Reboot, because if you Mind Control Draco and then Red Reboot all their traps, they just cry. I full comboed in game 1 because I won the dice roll. Game 2, I opened a Mind Control Reboot, a Dragon Extender, and 2 Crusadias. And then my 6th card was it Called By or Cerebus? Either way, there was no playing through that. He just basically instantly lost. Mind Control could be something else, but after playing it today especially, I like it. It's really good. Obviously, there's a lot of people who play different variants than me, but that's it. Then your 1 flex spot, which we, for the life of us, could not find something for. So I decided to play a Hatred Grenade just to complement the red reboots, because if you are against Salads, you don't need your drolls, so reboots take the droll side, and then you just side out 1 extra card for Trunade, and then you side in all your kaijus, and you just do well. This could be whatever you want. If you want a crown, if you want another hand trap, whatever you feel like. I wouldn't do a hand trap, but you know, people are crazy.
These car keys that got turned in like round 2.
Oh. All right.
3 cars over there.
All right. That is the extra. Or the side. That's 15. Changes would be probably just to take out the Trunade to find a better one of, but since there's a lot of cards to play as one ofs in the side and I can't play things like Super Poly, it's kind of hard, but either way, it was fun. It was my first regional top, so that's pretty cool.
Well, cool. I appreciate the deck profile. Any shout outs you need to do or anything?
Yeah, all the people at Johnny C's, they supported me today. And Johnny C's is our closest OTS local, so if you're in Wausau, Wisconsin, go check them out. Justin, the guy sitting next to me on my right, he topped this regionals in winter, and this was my first chance at a top, and he helped me set up my deck, so shout outs to him. Shout outs to my brother for this awesome playmat, which he also did his profile on. And that's about it.
Cool. Well, I appreciate the deck profile, and we wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thanks.